We are a foundation that teaches photography in rural communities. We're based in Argentina in South America. Basically, our mission is to develop a sense of place through photography and through thinking about your roots, where you come from, and what interests you.
I wanted to stress the idea about authorship. Each of you, let's just say in this group, is going to be using your camera, your phone, and in some cases you're going to be photographing the same things or the same ideas, but all your photographs are going to be different from each other because of what you bring to it.
So we put together a very intensive workshop. It's going to only last for this week. We won't teach you about filters and, sort of special effects. It's going to be more about thinking. People from all over the world, kids your age, start to like and comment, relate to other rural realities which suddenly start becoming similar.
What you see through the camera may be different than what the next person sees. One person might get closer, one person might get farther away. One person might photograph at night, one person might photograph it during the day. Once we started to recognize people's pictures, there was a consistency to the pictures that people did. There was consistency of interest in the subject, but there was also a consistency of what we would call treatment. Finding your voice. And you find your voice in many cases by trying all sorts of different things until something clicks.
The Rural Arts Initiative is an outreach program that the museum started in 2004 with support from the North Dakota legislature. A program in which we could reach out to small communities throughout the state of North Dakota. So for us, it's very important that we work with artists who are more concerned that their work is seen in rural communities than some of the conditions that they'll be shown in.
We're just going to simplify it to 3 ways of framing. We have a wide, a medium, and a close frame.
This is an angle that really gives you a sense of the size and the scale of this place. And if you use your phone vertically, it's going to describe the space in a very different way than if you use it horizontally.
Bianca has to be in a wide frame, right? And I'm standing here, and I'm only getting her from the waist up. I gotta either move back or ask her to move back in order to fit her in the frame. The entire figure is in, right?
Get the world.
Just the world?
And Bianca holding.
Okay.
Get over there still.
That's super wide, that's great.
Make a feedback. What do you think?
Maybe you want to try one more, but look, the line is almost perfectly symmetrical to the top.
Chuckles? Okay, hold on, wait, let me go on top, let me go on top.
Very extremely close shot.
You stay there, Alex.
If you bring something in once in a while to these communities, and these communities use that to develop other activities, that's the type of thing that makes people stay and live and find a community to be nourishing culturally.
How it was? It's good?
Good.
Yeah.
Part of the reason why we're picking these, we're selecting these photographers is because we think that they could be an inspiration for your own work.
But this would have to be really, really dark behind her.
Yeah.
The other way it could be done is, which somebody suggested, would be a flash.
Don't be afraid of using extra light and I just put 4 on the table. You're more than welcome to take them if you want to.
We do this. Okay, keep that in mind. Now we do this. That's like horror movie light, right? That's summer camp ghost story light. If we do this, or if we do this.
Would you like to try this? Do you want to be the model? Great, excellent. So now this is the language of photography that we're learning. Now we have that language incorporated and we know what we want. So let's start working now.
As long as you can avoid having the light spill into the lens of the camera, you can use anything. Whereas this light, spreads all over the place.
Let's start to move around the room and see which is the space that works the best. We can put the lights, like the lighting people can go on the left and right of the model. And
There's a rim of light around her hair.
You want to put your room back in? Thank you. Maybe up a little bit. A little more.
So now you got to get my light out of the way.
On this side?
Yeah.
this is the angle, like straight from the side on both ends.
Phones are going to focus on the thing that's closest to the camera, the surface of the plastic. You stay in the same spot. It's going to start, at some point, it's going to start focusing on the drops.
A bus will come over, will pick us up, and we're going to go into town.
The coffee shop is kind of this go-to place for a lot of people here. It's a center of the town, but it's in a way it's sort of a center of a particular cross-section of the town.
So we think about us as a team, right? Camera 1 is a fixed camera. We're going to need a camera 2, which is positioned slightly at an angle. We need somebody who takes care of the sound. We have an interviewer. Camera 3 that does the backstage. You're standing behind all the mess.
0111011, crying zeros and I'm hearing 111. Cut my somersaults, I'm a backflip. Oh summer, summer, oh summer, kiss me.
Sitting right there, and Riley could be right there.
Perfect.
Because then we're also giving space for people to sit if they want over there.
Then go to another place and do the same. Don't get shy on that. Yeah, it's better if we have 2 than if we have only.
Yeah,
Like,
can you say like do like a mic check saying like
Mic check.
And Mrs. Ames.
Hey, Riley. Just a little introduction. Like, so there's a diagram of that. I taught for 15 years. I still teach part-time. But just kind of fell into play.
Mister.
how the camera's doing? Camera 1, camera 2.
I feel like we should put her more in the middle of Alicia. If I am over here, that is my background without the photographer.
when you do your test video so we can get the audio?
How does that sound? Just clip it?
Yeah.
Interviewees there.
Yeah, like right here.
So then we'll have 2 different angles.
Backpack drive, that's what we did at the beginning of the school year. Another good benefit to do for someone.
So here's the final selection of all 3 classes, all 3 morning classes, that we decided were pictures that were interesting and that we wanted to talk about. It really defied the conventions about framing. Composition is just so well done that the horizon line is being drawn down, and then like that tree in the middle becomes like this sort of humble protagonist.
Well, I would argue that this is a portrait of a family.
A family?
Light is coming from the left, coming up into the horse's body, and it's a warm color, and then the rest of the horse is a cold color. So that wonderful juxtaposition. The framing here is incredible.
It showed the love and the connection with the environment. So Megan, we would say, please keep in this line.
It's night, and so you don't see the rest of the town. You just see another couple of buildings, and you're really not sure if you're in a small town, a big town.
What this picture does to me is, okay, I'm at the gates, right? I'm at the entrance of this place, and like, does this look like inside, and what would it look like maybe with a different lighting?
It's destabilizing.
And this is phenomenal. The scale change, the perspective change, this sort of tendency towards abstraction. You don't really know what's going on.
I just thought like it was kind of like the background, it was more like dark and gloomy, like with the sky and the fog, and then like the stop sign, and then I think it was like a cart. It like represented kind of just like something destructive. Like
It's a very quiet but very dramatic picture at the same time.
Yeah. The word would be anthropomorphic, which is like it's animals that start looking like people, you know, how people have sometimes animal faces.
The feeling I got looking at this is this actually a real cat or is this a cat toy?
It's so minimal that it really, to me, pushes to just a state of being or a state of mind. It's like, you know, it's a holy thing going on.
Probably when you were standing there, it wasn't this blue. That's your sensor. It's not a mistake. It's just the way the sensor sees things versus the way your eyes see things. It's a great picture, blue. I love it.
Compositionally, it's very well done. Like, it's perfect. Like, you have this cross here, and then you have the triangle, all these shapes happening.
I was just on a walk, and then I thought it would be cool with like the sky and everything. That was mine.
Ah, okay.
It was just a light.
It's fabulous.
The light that's...
I just presumed there was a drone in the picture.
No, it was just a light of the Dollar General.
In a sense, it's an accident, but it's a wonderful accident. Person is not walking down the road towards the railroad tracks, apparently, but metaphorically, yes. This picture to me is as threatening, literally threatening, because you don't see the person's face and you don't see the expression of, ooh.
Do you pose her?
Kind of. I do really like having pictures with people in them.
The rebels are from when I went to Pepeon and we just stopped at a gas station. And I was sending a picture of the rebels to my mom, saying, hey, I made some good life decisions today.
I took that picture like outside of my truck, so it's through the side of my truck.
I really like sunsets, so whenever like I see like one, I will take a picture. And that one's outside of my brother's window.
That's mine. It's my grandma's house.
Are you looking at all four corners before you take the picture?
Like, I know one of the hallways I took a photo of, I kind of struggled to get everything on the wall, so I was backing up, twisting my camera, kind of just trying to figure out how to frame things properly.
But that's a really good narrative of working with the camera. Not taking a picture yet, but working with the camera, looking at the frame.
It's this long process of education and just telling our own stories. And in telling those stories, I think it really expands into the world.
So we feel like the work has been very, very strong consistently, but especially in the end, you just kind of really got it together.
That some of the pictures were just so bloody good, and it was such a wonderful reinforcement because the previous day had been a little down in terms of the production, and so we just we take tremendous pleasure from doing this.
Kids always have that interest in what might be out there. And that's great because they're going to pick up other ideas and new people and just really grow themselves before coming back to the state. And it's only going to be an asset for them. And that's how communities evolve. That's how they change. And that's how they adapt.
The level of framing sophistication in a lot of these pictures that I think is just sort of in the blood. It's not an analytical thing necessarily. You say, hey, Mom, stand over there. But then you organize, and I'm speaking for all of you, you organize in a way that's kind of intuitive at this point.
She actually wanted me to take a picture of her.
This is a very well composed picture. It's well balanced, it's solid, it's well framed.
This cat really takes on sort of almost a grandmotherly look.
Yeah.
There's something very, very human in the way this cat is looking.
Yeah, very human. The cat's name would be?
Tiger.
Is he your cat?
It's everybody's.
I brought the light to the horse. My dad's behind the horse, standing with
With
the
a
light.
flashlight?
Yeah. I had to make her like walk in front of the light so that I could, and then get her to stop. So we needed like pictures of light, and I thought it'd be like a good background. Very easy to get still and like set up and stuff. They're not really moving. If you just tell them to stay and not move, they'll just sit there. It took me a while to get this one because she didn't like the bright light close to her face, because I had a phone with like the blue light up to her face. But after I took a bunch of pictures, just like rapid, to see if I could get one that I liked.
On the picture on the right, I was talking about like what I was gonna do for light, just because it's kind of hard to figure out like portraits, but then make it agricultural. So I talked to my dad and I was like, okay, I need some sort of light. So I was thinking about like when you're welding or when you're grinding metal, how there's all that light. So I convinced him to pose for me, and then I said, well, I don't know how this is gonna go, but just start welding and then I'll take some pictures and we'll see how they turn out. And then like the first ones I took worked.
This is the language. This is the way that.
Keep going.
Yeah, you should just
Please keep going.
They're so tender, you know. I mean, they're like poems, you know. It's like you're writing poetry.
We're in there like a lot because there's a lot of us, and I do like to cook, and I liked how the light was coming from under the sink a little bit on the side, and then the window.
And I like the fact that the light is off, you know, like it's sort of.
Yeah, I turned it off.
You did it on purpose?
My horse, he's old, and usually once a year he'll get colic, which is basically constipated, which can kill a horse. So he kind of has to, after that I had him walking around and drinking water, but he gets sick and he just likes to lay down for a bit, so.
Who took the picture?
I set my phone up on a tripod and set a timer on it.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
There's a natural sadness, tenderness, wistfulness to this picture that's just breathtaking. Yeah. I've never seen the sign look like this, and I'm very jealous. Can I make you an offer?
I just walk around my street or whatever and see what seems interesting. Usually I just stay around my house because it seems it's more interesting in the dark.
Are you using any filters?
Making them more brighter.
More bright. So you're on a gray day. Yeah.
That's at my church. Since I was going there, I just decided that's where I was going to do my photos for the day.
How long were you there just to get it? I mean, this.
Like 5 minutes.
How many shots did you take?
Quite a bit.
We just went to the back closet and like got a light from some like, what was it? It was the gummy bear. The gummy bear. And we put it against the flashlight.
Yeah, I messed up on the first photo I was taking because my dog hit my camera.
They're absolutely synchronized. You know, they're coming from the same brain. The wonderful honesty that comes through in the best of your pictures from all you folks. The idea that your best pictures sort of open this window and allow us to look in is a kind of quality that just is so magical in life. And so many things in life try to close that window.